Live in Palm Springs, California, it's the Mark and Tony Show. Tonight's guest, Manny the Movie Guy. Also, Maria Viola Jefferson. And musical director, yours truly, Mark Antonelli. Welcome, everyone, Mark and Tony.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you very much. It's about time you got it right, okay?
It only took 12 times, and we got it.
It's okay.
And thank you, everybody, for showing up this evening.
You know,
it never gets old. We appreciate everybody showing up. Thank you.
I'm glad you said that. What a crowd. What a crowd.
And I also want to thank, after I sit down, Chef George, Lana, and the best bartender in the valley. Tony, take it this time.
Vladimir!
All right, now that we got all the introductions, what's going on?
Well, you know, first I got to apologize for having to retake again with our producer over here yelling in the background over here. All of a sudden, you know, my microphone was down here somewhere, and I think I must have passed some gas or something. He must have heard something. Sorry about that, Sonny. Okay.
I knew I smelled something.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm Italian. I eat a lot of peppers. Okay.
All right, now that you got that out of the way, what's going on?
Well, actually, it was a good thing I got out of the way because I feel much better now.
Okay, good.
I can actually tighten my belt loop one more.
And by the way, that jacket seems to be. Are you shrinking? That 48 looks like it's.
But you know,
what is it?
I normally wear a 48. Okay. You know, these guys make fun of me all the time because I'm like this kind of blocky Italian guy. You know, I got big legs. I can't even cross my legs. These guys don't understand this stuff. But you know, I'm a big boy. I got big bones. I take after my grandpa. Okay.
Okay.
And you know, we're all kind of like thick. You know, like a watermelon head, big legs, big knees, everything. So you know, that's why they call me the Big A.
And friends, I'm speechless after all that. I mean, that dissertation that he just. I don't know what comeback do you have for that?
What do you mean what comeback? You always make fun of me. It's like Abbott and Costello. I'm always Costello. He's Abbott. By the way, you know, people tell us we're like Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis. Why am I Jerry Lewis and you're Dean Martin? Why don't we just, you know,
I'll play the straight guy to your comedy all the time. And,
okay,
you know
so
what? And Dean Martin's a little better looking.
Actually, we want to be Dean. You know, I'm glad, you know, good thing my mother's not alive. Otherwise, you'd be dead right now. Okay? You'd be taking her place. Okay, so let me tell you this.
Okay.
You know, we have this debate going on. We really want to be like, what?
Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra.
Okay, so we want you guys to get involved in this.
Oh, God.
Dean Martin or Frank Sinatra?
Dean Martin.
Dean Martin right there. Dean Martin.
Oh! That had to be Angela in the back. I know that voice.
That had to be Angela. That
Hey.
had to be Angela.
And then how about me?
Rodney Dangerfield.
Don't
And there you go. The audience said it all.
Don't
Who
everybody.
said Rodney? That's hysterical.
Don't everybody jump on board at one time, okay?
All right, now that we got that out of the way, everybody, Tony, or Rodney, is going to give the guest lineup tonight, so please.
Okay, so we got Maria Viola Jefferson with us tonight. Okay?
Speed it up, Tony, speed it up.
And then we got Manny the Movie Guy.
Stay tuned, we'll be right back, everybody.
That's Joey DeFonso, a.k.a. Mark Murphy.
I'm no snitch, but I really don't like the way he treats women.
What do you think you're doing?
He got in some trouble with the boys back in Chicago a few months back. So the FBI bought him and his family a one-way ticket to Palm Springs, California.
I got this idea. I want to run for mayor.
On the condition that he keeps his nose clean and his mouth shut.
I don't think this is a good idea.
Yeah, like that's gonna happen.
Filmed on location in Palm Springs.
Welcome back, everybody, and thanks for showing up tonight. I have the honor of introducing this guest. He's from the NBC affiliate, Palm Springs, California. He's a movie critic, just an all-around good chap, good guy, fun guy. Please, everybody, a round of applause for Manny, the Movie Guy.
There he is. Calm down, everything good. Just don't jump.
Don't
like jumping.
I know you like jumping. Sit down.
All right, so first things first. we need to talk about this jacket. Those boots, that shirt.
The boots are made for walking. Yeah, but thank you though. It's designed by a great friend of mine, Galleria Marconi of Palm Springs. He did this during the whole pandemic, by the way. This was his project, and now it's
There you
here.
go.
And who doesn't like Madonna? Can I show it real quick?
Please.
And watch out for the microphone.
Here. Isn't that cool? Album, True Blue album.
Very
There you
nice,
go.
Manny.
It
Very,
shows
very
my
nice.
There's Manny a living color
I was
over
going to
there.
say, he's got the NBC colors going right now, so
Thank you.
perfect.
I'm
Perfect.
representing.
Yes, you are. So, all right, so now we got that set up. Tell us what's been happening. I know with the pandemic and everything, so tell us what you've been
I
up to.
am just, you know what, seriously, I am so happy to be back in the movie theaters. The first movie that I saw after the pandemic, when it was open now, is F9, the Fast and Furious.
How was that?
Oh, man.
It's actually good.
Yeah?
I actually enjoyed it. If you like cars in space, this will be for you.
Perfect.
Cars in space?
So how many, wait a minute, let's do it the right way. How many kisses?
How many? Very good. That's a good, three out of four. Because Fast and Furious is a consistent franchise. They know what they're doing. They're not afraid of what they are. They're just slam bam, car chase scenes, and that's what you're gonna get, and that's what you will be getting.
Yeah.
So there you go.
That'll be one to watch.
Yes.
Definitely.
You know, one thing I like to add, my son's mother-in-law is Filipino. And when I told her that I knew Manny the movie guy, she just absolutely flipped out. So tell us about your influence in the Filipino community.
I am very, very blessed to be on the Filipino channel as well. The Filipino channel is like, a pay-per-view kind of thing, but it's very, very influential in the Filipino community. And I'm glad that your mother-in-law watches me, and my mom in Branson, Missouri, can watch me as well. And just like a typical mom, Manny, I saw you this morning on Balitang America. You look fat today. I'm like, okay, mommy. What am I gonna say? Thanks, mother. But I'm very, very thankful because that becomes her entertainment, is to see his wonderful son on TV.
Well, very good. So Manny, so everybody gets an idea of how did you get involved in this? What brought you to where you are today?
Oh, do you have time? No.
We got 7 minutes and 35 seconds. The
Thanks.
floor is yours.
No, it all begins in school, and every time I talk to kids in school, it's all about. I always tell them that it's awesome to talk to the Harry Potter cast or the Marvels people, but really at the end of it, it's just go to school. I went to school for it, and I'm so glad that this little Filipino boy from the Philippines is on an American TV. It's a big deal, especially coming from me. So. Thank you.
Manny, let me ask you a question. You mentioned your mom. You have any siblings? You have any brothers, sisters?
I'm the only children. I'm both. No, I'm sorry. I'm only child. I do have a lot of half siblings. That's a different story.
Yeah.
It's a book, actually.
So for another day, I guess, right? Okay.
When I release the book.
All right, good enough.
So let me ask you this: were you born in the Philippines, obviously?
I was born in the Philippines.
And
yeah.
then how old were you when you came to this country?
When I moved to America, I was 20.
20.
Yeah.
Really?
So
you were really a
I was
grown
20.
man. So you
I'm a grown man when I moved to America.
So you did all your schooling back in the Philippines, correct?
No, I did my parts of my college, but I actually finished. I moved to Indiana. I call it my formative years in America. I spent my formative years in America, in Northwest Indiana. I went to Purdue University. Yes, I went to school, Purdue University, radio and TV. I went to finish my post-baccalaureate degree for film at the School of the Art Institute in Chicago. So I'm a Midwest kind of dude. And then I got tired of the snow, and I said, you know what? Let's go to the desert. And so we moved to the desert.
So I get it now. You just were dying to come here because you love that 124-degree weather.
Right? Can you tell I'm sweating?
So when did you come here to the desert, and what brought you here?
2004. I was in the ABC station in Las Vegas. And then I got tired, really seriously, I love Las Vegas. I love visiting Las Vegas. But it's not a place to live.
Really?
No, it's 24/7. Telling
me you're losing track of time there.
Yes.
Okay.
Like I think it's Monday, but it's actually Saturday. You know, that kind of stuff. No. Yeah. So I just got tired of the whole Las Vegas scene. So I said, you know what? Let me move to somewhere different. Okay. I ended up in another desert, Palm Springs. But our general manager at the ABC station used to own the NBC station here, KMIR, and so they said, yeah, why didn't you move there? I'm like, okay, and I've been here. Here's the thing, I was just planning to be here for 2 years.
Really? That was the timeline
in
you were
the
going
TV,
with?
In the TV world, you're supposed to be in a little market for like a couple of years, then you move to another market, and, you know. But I just fell in love of the city. I fell in love of the Coachella Valley as a whole, and the people, and you know, and I just love the way of life here. And so I stayed. I'm proud to say I'm a desert rat now.
There you go. There you go.
You know the thing I like about you is you always have this happy persona about you. Okay,
It's infectious.
You're a very infectious person. You always reflect love and happiness. Obviously, your attire, you're a very flamboyant character. You know, I try to be that way, but it just doesn't work for me. You know, I don't know what it is. I'm not that flamboyant.
That's because I'm the one that just puts up with him, man.
Well, and this guy here, he can't do it because he's in the witness protection program. But
well, that's true.
So anyway, you know, the thing is that I really believe that you represent a very important segment of our community.
Oh. Right.
Okay?
All segments.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, there is something I want to bring up. Thank you, everybody. So, what's your thoughts? I mean, it just brought Marilyn Monroe statue was just brought back here, so assembled. I believe in front of the Art Museum.
Yeah.
Yes, I was actually there this morning.
Okay, so how is everybody taking that? What's the feedback you're
there's like
getting?
Pros and cons. I mean, you know, some people complain about Marilyn Monroe's underwear showing, and I mean, it's grandma underwear. It's really even sexy. No, seriously. Here's the thing. I love Marilyn Monroe, and I do get both sides, but you know, come on, it's a work of art, and I think it's been here before already. Was there any problem?
Well, see, that was my question. It has been here, and I didn't hear anything brought up, so
And
I'm curious.
So that's my question.
The reason why it came back is because many people wanted it back, and I know there was a gentleman that brought it back. His name escapes me at the moment. There you go.
Thank you, audience.
Can you say that a little louder?
Louder.
Yeah, he was very instrumental to bringing it back. And I remember being there one day when he was at a meeting with talking about this. So anyway, so it's all good for the city. You are a wonderful person for this town. I'm telling you, like I say, what you portray, your personality, the things that you do, the work that you do in the community, it doesn't go unnoticed.
Oh,
you know, we all appreciate
No, you
that.
do a great job. And from that, too, Manny also was on Mark's Place, and his character, well, I guess I'll let you talk about the character and what that character was about with a certain person in our audience.
Yeah, I think there's a person in our audience there that, anyway, I'll let you take it from there.
Yeah, he's kind of sitting front and center.
Well, our friend Steven Cicerone plays a struggling actor, right? And a host, a restaurant host. And I played Ishi Torres, an avant-garde director who had just have no time for everyone. But I had a great time doing it, by the way.
Yeah, fun, good.
Yes, my entrance is just amazing. You open the door and it's
I'll tell you what.
It's like I'm angel.
You can't beat that one. I mean, you stole the show with that.
Oh, yeah. You came in just...
Mic drop, that's it.
It was a mic drop, that's for sure. For sure it was a mic drop. So, and the production here with Mark's Place and some of the other productions that have gone out here in the Palm Springs area, do you think there's more growth that's starting to happen here now? Do you think it's starting to blossom out here? I know a lot of productions are done in Los Angeles or Chicago, New York, and what have you. But do you think we're starting to get that momentum here once again?
Oh yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, we do have a lot of filmmakers here that are making mark in Hollywood now. You know, we have Christian Sesma, who continues making films, and he just released a movie. You know, so we have a lot of those artists that are coming here, and really, honestly, I mean, it's so fun to shoot here. Our city has such a great personality, a great character. It plays its own character every time you put Palm Springs in a movie or a series.
Everybody, if you get a chance to watch Manny, he does it here in Palm Springs. He also does his movie premieres and different events out of Los Angeles as well. So please take a look. He's a fantastic person. He's a good friend.
Yep.
Everybody, give a round of applause for Manny, the movie guy. I love him. Great movie guy. Super person. I really appreciate him being out here. We'll be back.
G-Aries Visions, visuals from concept to completion, specializing in distinctive logos, identities, and branding. From business cards to banners to billboards, G-Aries Visions is your best graphics solution.
That's Joey DeFonso, a.k.a. Mark Murphy.
I'm no snitch, but I really don't like the way he treats women.
What do you think you're doing?
He got in some trouble with the boys back in Chicago a few months back. So the FBI bought him and his family a one-way ticket to Palm Springs, California.
I got this idea. I want to run for mayor.
On the condition that he keeps his nose clean and his mouth shut.
I don't think this is a good idea.
Yeah, like that's gonna happen.
Filmed on location in Palm Springs.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you. Welcome back. I have the honor of introducing this guest, Miss Maria Viola Jefferson. She is a writer, a producer. I mean, she's a nurse. She's got everything going for herself. She is a fantastic talent. She's out of Philadelphia. She's also been writing on Mark's Place, amongst many other things. So please give a round of applause for Miss Maria Viola Jefferson. Uh-oh. She's coming up with gifts?
I am. Yes, this is for you.
Oh, thank you.
I think that one, well, you can exchange the sizes if it's not one for you. And then this is for Mark Anthony.
For me? You shouldn't have.
Woo! Sonny already got one.
Thank you.
Thank you, honey. Appreciate it, okay?
Thank you.
Very much.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, anytime. All right, let's take a look at hold it.
Let me
There
see.
it is.
I think, yeah, I definitely got the sizes mixed.
Well, I got the tent.
Wait a minute, what are you trying to say?
Here.
Wait a minute.
You get the tent.
Here we go again. Jeez. No.
This fits. Tony gets the tent.
No.
Mark, what's your size?
Oh wait, his is a women's. No, it's a women's piece.
You know what? I really appreciate it, but no respect by my friend over here.
Please have a seat. And thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you very much, Maria.
You're welcome.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Really appreciate the big shirt. Okay,
You can always trade with Mark.
that's okay.
Oh my gosh. Then he would be a cartoon character.
To be quite honest with you, this will fit on his head just fine. Okay? A big head. Actually, I'm the one with the watermelon head, huh?
Yeah, yes you are. But I wasn't going to say it, but I'm glad you did.
You know, when I was young, when I had my football helmet, they had a special order in it. Back in the day.
Okay.
Anyway, okay, we don't care
Anyway,
about that.
that's
Let's
not
go.
it. We're here for
Okay,
Maria.
I have to ask you the $1 million question. So we became associated with you through a very special person, I'm assuming, in your life, like he's become a special sort of person in our life, Sonny Velosi. How did it all start?
Yes. So Sonny and I met in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Yep. That is where I'm from still. And, you know, Sonny and I met on a project that I started working on. I wrote and produced called Offstage Elements. It's a feature film. And it's on 7 different channels right now on demand. It's on Amazon Prime.
Congratulations,
Thank
Maria.
you. Thank you.
Give it up for her.
Thank you. The premise of the movie is about a rock band, and the lead singer gets cancer, and advanced stage cancer, and he leaves on a 1-year hiatus, and he goes into remission. When he returns to his bad boy bandmates, he announces that he is now a reborn Christian. And so this doesn't sit well with the bandmates because they don't know how to take this news, and they're non-Christians, they're not, you know, spiritual. And so the challenges that they each go through in their personal lives, and he draws them into his spirituality.
Great inspiration for a movie. Please give it up. I mean, that's really, really good.
And it actually stars, it features motion picture actor Mike Starr, who was in Dumb and Dumber with Jim Carrey, and The Bodyguard with Whitney Houston. He played opposite of Kevin Costner.
I remember that.
Goodfellas, he was Frenchie. Tony Darrow also he was in Analyze This, and also Goodfellas. So it was a great opportunity to work with those guys.
Really? So how was that?
And the Mr. Sonny Belosi.
Could you do me a favor? I'm a little concerned. Could you try to track down Vic? Could you call him for me, please?
Of course,
Please.
Jimmy.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Vic is not going to help you, pal. I'm going to tell you right now. You're out of order. You made a big mistake here.
Me?
Yeah. All the years of friendship, what happened to that?
Excuse me. Look, Pete, you know, the guys aren't here yet. You just have to say, I want to introduce you to one of my oldest and dearest friends, Carlo Capozzoli.
Who the fuck is Pete? Your muscle?
Oh, I got a Ben Franklin look-alike to harass you here, right? What am I doing? No, this is one of my finest musicians. Actually, Carlo was just leaving, but not until I sing.
Now you got me leaving, huh?
Oh, yeah, but first
I'll leave when I want to leave, pal.
Understood, but first I gotta sink this 8-ball. What is it, sweetheart?
Stan just called and he's running late. It's no answer on Vic's phone.
You tried every... Huh.
Let's get somebody.
Christ, wow. Yeah, it's for looking, for booking.
Nice shot. You look like Ray Charles. You sunk the cue ball.
Story of my life, huh?
Very, very good.
So make sure, folks, you check it out, okay?
Yes.
You know what? Do you have a website that these folks can go on and check out what you got going on?
Absolutely. mvjproductions.com. So after Sonny and I worked on Offstage Elements, he moved out here to Palm Springs. And ever since we worked on that project together, him and his partner from Don't Go There Productions, Bob Bizik, said, we want you to work with us in the future. Like, honest to goodness, you will be working with us on other projects in the future. And then I started working with him on Mark's Place. In episode 4, I started to write with him, and it was a blast. And I had something in common with Manny, the movie guy, and I also got to squeeze Steve Ciceron's booty in a scene. I wrote it in there.
What's up with Steve Ciceron?
Uh-huh.
Talk about enough plugs for this little guy. I don't see him in the audience.
I'm over here. There he's behind Steve.
He's over there hiding his booty.
Yeah.
So writing on Mark's Place has been one of the funnest projects I've been,
Well, happy
on.
that you're part of it. It's
Thank
been a
you.
great ride.
And I played Trixie in
Yes,
Mark's
you did.
Place too.
And Tony and I had a scene where we had to confront you at our restaurant.
Yep.
Kind of, where all the guys are kind of surrounding you, taking appointments, for the lack of a better term.
All the boys, yep.
And asking you, will you please stop doing that in my restaurant?
I honestly got to say thanks to you. I could be walking down the street and people come up to me and say, "Hey, Stugots." Like, really? I mean, you've written all these scenes that, I'm Lou Stugots on the show. And if you want to know what Lou Stugots is, I'll tell you later. But thank you very much for, because when I first came on the show, I was just supposed to play an accordion player in the restaurant. And then after that, somehow, some way, it all developed. And everything that you've written for me, I really appreciate it, as well as the rest of the cast.
Oh,
okay?
Yeah, you too, really. Echoing what Tony has said, I appreciate it as well with your writing, Sonny's writing, and the blossoming of Mark's Place, and hopefully we'll get back on this fall again, and you'll participate again and keep things going.
Any new projects?
Yeah, I'm working on another feature film project starting July 11th back in Philadelphia as a co-producer also, and it's called Blurred Lines, and it's with some established writers and directors, and that's really exciting to work on. I'm excited about that one. And that's a drama. It's almost like a modern Western or bike gang type of thing, but it's really good. And I'm also working on a book. I'm finishing it. It will be finished by the end of 2021. It's a cold case book. I'm working with Detective Chris McMullen, and he is also an actor, but he is a police detective and who has a knack for solving cold cases. And matter of fact, he just in March solved a 36-year Jane Doe cold case. So, you know, and that is, I would say.
Please give it up for sure. Yeah, most definitely.
And Chris McMullen has been, like, his cold cases have been featured on other shows such as American Detective, True Crime, Nightmare Next Door. So all these stories about these cold cases and some other really significant cases that he has solved are in the book. And so I'm just finishing cleaning it up, and it will be out, and who knows, maybe we'll make a film about it. So
Wow,
we'll
you're
see.
a busy lady, and you're a nurse?
Well,
I am a nurse.
You know,
yes.
that's one thing I wanted to add before it was over. There's a minute left. She's one of our heroes. She is an RN, okay? In her spare time, that's what she does.
Exactly.
When she's not writing film and stuff, she's out saving lives as an RN in the hospital. Okay, so.
Oh, and I actually got voted Nurse of the Year.
So everybody, please give an applause here for Maria, because she is a lady with many talents. Listen, we'll be right back, everybody, and thank you.
That's Joey DeFonso, a.k.a. Mark Murphy.
I'm no snitch, but I really don't like the way he treats women.
What do you think you're doing?
He got in some trouble with the boys back in Chicago a few months back. So the FBI bought him and his family a one-way ticket to Palm Springs, California.
I got this idea. I want to run for mayor.
On the condition that he keeps his nose clean and his mouth shut.
I don't think this is a good idea.
Yeah, like that's gonna happen.
Filmed on location in Palm Springs.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Mark and Tony Show with Mr. Mark Antonelli here, our sound and musician for the show. Hey, great job. I'll reach across there, brother. Very good, very
The
good.
Tre Amici, huh?
Yes, to the three Amicis. Hey, listen, Tony, special thanks out, and for Mark and I, but special thanks out. Who's on the show tonight? Tell
Maria
us.
Viola Jefferson.
Maria, I gotta tell you, the Queen Bee. The Queen Bee.
Yep. And how about Manny, the movie guy?
The Queen King.
Man, I got to get one of those jackets.
I got to tell you what, Manny was fantastic. He did a great job.
Tonight's show was really just filled with absolute just love and class and elegance, and that's exactly what we are all about, boys.
Exactly,
you know what,
I got to tell you.
And how about our audience? Oh, my God.
The audience is always... You know what? I'll tell you what. We can't do it without the audience, but we can't do it out with Chef George, Lana, and Vladimir.
Yep.
I mean, the venue here is perfect for our show. And many thanks again, obviously, to Manny and Maria, because both of them knocked it out of the park. And, of course, Mark Antonelli. Yep. No one better than Mark Antonelli. So.
And as usual, we like to give a shout-out to the crew.
That's right.
We like to give a shout out to those behind the scenes.
Exactly.
Like people like Carol Latham, Franny.
Thanks again, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Next week.
Enjoy. Bye-bye, everybody.
Live in Palm Springs, California, it's the Mark and Tony Show. Tonight's guest, Billboard #1 artist, Will Donato. Composer, pianist, Chris Phillips. Welcome, everyone, Mark and Tony.
Thank you, everybody.
All right.
Thank you, everybody, for showing up. It's been a long day, but you know what? We still look fresh.
Everything's good.
Everything is perfect.
And I tell you what, a lot of pretty faces in that crowd, let me tell you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But while we're standing up,
Yeah.
I still want to give thanks to Chef George, Lana, and Vladimir behind the bar having a cocktail. Yep. Thank you, Vlad. Thank you, Lana. Thank you, Chef George. Without them, we don't have this venue, so please give it up for them. Thank you.
Seriously.
Are you ready?
Yep. Ready?
Ready?
You first.
Okay.
Okay.
What's going on?
Well, you know what? I thought that maybe this would probably, a lot of people ask me, we see you guys around town together all over the place.
Yes, they do.
And, we spend a lot of time together.
We do.
And it wasn't that long ago. And, we're not going to tell a bunch of jokes right now. We're actually going to talk about a great friendship that developed between several of us here on this team of the Mark and Tony show, and as well as Mark's Place. So maybe you want to take it from here, Mark?
Yeah, I mean, it all developed through Mark's Place, where we had the opportunity to work and have a friendship with Sonny Veloci.
Yep.
I've had the opportunity probably about a year and a half ago to, I guess at that point it was an acquaintance with Tony.
Yep.
And from that point it kind of blossomed, and through that, of course, the rest of the crew, Angela, Steve Cicerone, of course, Mark, our great musician over there, people behind the camera, Steve and Gary, and we've become a family, I guess is the way to say this. So we could always come out and say jokes and banter with one another, which I will with Tony, because...
What, you going to pick on me?
It's Tony. But all that being said, I wanted to be a little sentimental, because a lot of people do ask how the two of us developed this friendship, and it just came natural, and we get along really well. None of this is staged. This is for real when the two of us are out.
Yep.
Take it.
We do
What's
a lot
your
of
thoughts?
we do a lot of laughing together. Especially the past year, what all of us have been through. Okay, I've been fortunate enough to make some very close friends, and that's the team that he expressed here just a couple minutes ago. But I'm going to tell you, between Sonny and Marcus, we're like the Three Stooges anymore. We talk every morning. In fact, I'm over there texting in the morning. My wife's asking me, we're having a cup of coffee together, and she tells me all kinds of stuff. And I go, huh? She goes, are you talking to those guys again?
Yeah,
Every
the
single
girls are at it again. So I kind of tease the three of us that, we're the, I guess, three amigos, call it whatever you want, three amicis.
Well,
but
we got Mark
and we've
here.
got Mark over here, so
Yeah.
I guess it's really the four of us. So, in fairness.
Yeah.
But real quickly, who's on tonight's show? Because
Okay.
if we keep going, I'm going to start crying. So go ahead.
You're
Who's
going
on
to start
the show?
crying. I'm going to start crying too. I can't believe I'm stuck with you. Okay, so we got Chris Phillips tonight. Okay. And we've got the guy you all been waiting for, Will Donato.
The clock has been out. The clock is out.
So with that said, the clock ran out, and I'm still talking. So. But
like always.
Guess what? I don't
This
give
is what happens.
Guess what? I don't give a damn. Okay. You know what the problem is? The clock's over here. I don't see it. It should
That's
be
all
over
right.
here.
I got the clock. I'm trying to talk to you like this. The clock is running short.
You're trying to tell me the clock's running short?
Yeah.
I'm over here rambling on.
I know.
Would you kick me or something?
All right, okay, so anyway.
I can't see the clock.
That's all right. I got the clock. I've been trying to talk to him.
The clock.
How could you not see that clock?
Because
Are you crazy?
What do you mean? I'm over here looking this way.
Look that way.
I'm looking at Lizanne over here. Okay.
So Tony, Steve, are we rolling?
Yeah. We're still rolling.
Tony,
what?
Tell us who's on the show tonight. Under the clock and under the time. So go ahead. Who's on the show?
Composer, pianist, Chris Phillips. And the one and only Will Donato.
So everybody, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
And who gives a damn about the clock?
That's Joey DeFonso, a.k.a. Mark Murphy.
I'm no snitch, but I really don't like the way he treats women.
What do you think you're doing?
He got in some trouble with the boys back in Chicago a few months back. So the FBI bought him and his family a one-way ticket to Palm Springs, California.
I got this idea. I want to run for mayor.
On the condition that he keeps his nose clean and his mouth shut.
I don't think this is a good idea.
Yeah, like that's gonna happen.
Filmed on location in Palm Springs.
G. Aries Visions, visuals from concept to completion, specializing in distinctive logos, identities, and branding. From business cards to banners to billboards, G. Aries Visions is your best graphics solution.
Tony, you know what? Since I always seem to introduce the guests, I think for this gentleman, you take it away this time.
Ladies and gentlemen, Billboard's #1 artist, Will Donato.
Big applause, everybody. What a fitting song.
Walk-on music.
I love it.
Good night.
A walking soundtrack.
Thank you for having me. Good night.
He left.
He left.
Good to see you guys.
Good to see you too, man. How you doing? Well, always a pleasure.
Always. Everybody, give it up
Come
for
on,
Will.
what a-
The new Italian Charlie's Angels. Good night. Luigi's Angels.
There it is.
That's Bosley.
There we go again.
That's Bosley right there.
Yeah, there he is. Tony, take a seat.
For your next assignment.
I'm going by the name Mark Antonelli from now on. That guy is good.
Will and I go back. Well, I've been out in the desert 18 years, maybe 15, 16
You
years.
were Irish back then. You were Tony O'Shea.
I was. Tony O'Shea, and my hair was dark.
And that's Mark O'Malley.
That's it. We go back a long time. Carol, 30 years with Carol, knowing Carol out here. So, I mean, a lot of history with the three of us. You're unbelievable. I mean, listening to you with Dave Koz and the rest of the group, everybody, I mean, you just knock it out of the park. I mean, I have to ask, when did you start this? Are you from a musical family? I mean, what is the background?
Where did it all start, man?
I'm an Army brat, so we lived everywhere twice, and I loved it. So that's why I'm real comfortable around people. I always looked forward to the new locations, because you had to adapt. So instead of worrying, you know, what you were leaving behind, you just embraced the new situation. I thought all furniture, when I go over to friends' houses, we're supposed to have 12 mailing tags or moving tags on the back. If you didn't have moving tags on the back, I didn't understand it. But yeah, we were a musical family. We weren't quite like the Osmonds, but everybody played an instrument. My dad, not so much, but...
well, how many siblings?
Two sisters.
Okay.
I've got a sister that's Jessie Ventura, and I've got a sister that's Martha Stewart.
Oh, boy.
Really?
Now there is a swing.
Wow.
One sister you don't go to a hockey game with. She's pounding on the plexiglass. Jen!
Do either one of them play instruments, or is it
They
strictly...
both play piano.
Oh, wow. So obviously you've had many opportunities, the three of you, performing or playing, or...
You guys play together?
One sister doesn't play with a lot of feelings. She just doesn't, she's robotic and she knows it, but she has perfect pitch. And it drives us crazy because she has no use for it. So sometimes at family functions, just to kind of have fun with her, I'll just start hitting the piano. That's A, and don't do it again. I'm thinking, who would kill for that?
Wow, no
And
kidding.
it's like you're bothering her to do like perfect pitch.
Wow, wow.
Goes,
Yeah.
Stop doing that. Can I have that from my career, your perfect pitch? And my other sister, the one I call Martha Stewart, her whole family is the church band. You know how some weeks the bass player doesn't show up, so the husband will switch from trumpet to bass?
Yeah.
The whole family's literally like the Partridge
Now,
family.
are they here also locally, or are they?
They're in Texas.
How long have you been out here in California?
I've been here since I went to Cal State Fullerton. I'm about 30
Good school.
years. Yeah, I loved it there.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm going to reveal something on this show. I was actually pre-med. And I had a scholarship to Baylor. I used to have a left brain before it atrophied into all right brain music.
I'll be darned.
Wow.
Will.
That's
That's
awesome.
something new, everybody. I'm sure you didn't know that. Great saxophonist. Also could be MD.
Yeah, but I realized I didn't like being in hospitals. That was problematic. So.
Yeah.
You know, I got to say something. Back in 1992, 93,
Oh my gosh.
Franny and I lived in Rancho Cucamonga, right down the freeway. And I used to own a few businesses out there. And on a Friday or Saturday night, we'd go in this place called Shelley's. It was on Foothill Boulevard in Haven, in like an old winery. And we walked in there one night. I go, man, Fran, listen to this sax guy go. Just this guy's good. Guess who it was? Will Donato, 1993.
First of all, this audience, you guys are awesome. There's a lot of Italians here. There were two guys in the dark that had violin cases. I said, are you playing tonight? They said, I got your violin right here.
Bodyguards. Just bodyguards.
So I also, not only I was there, I also had a mullet and a bandana.
Yep.
Back in the day.
I remember those days. We used to have to go there because my wife used to go, oh, he's so cute. I like the music, okay?
I did the Christy Rucci beautiful hairstyle in Burnett with that bandana. I called it glam sax.
Well, Tony's got his mullet going back here, so yeah.
But you know what? That was a great play. That was a great venue because it was 1990, before smooth jazz kind of took off.
Yeah.
And we jokingly said, our band with Eddie and the crew, we always say we invented smooth jazz because it was basically Eddie forgetting the words to the songs and go, you take over. So,
yeah, that's how we kind of do it here.
yeah, that's how. So we jokingly say we invented smooth jazz because Eddie didn't remember all the words to September, and I started playing the instrumental. So
How long you and Eddie been together, man?
we've been playing together for 30 years.
Oh, man.
My God, there's
Eddie
some
Reddick.
history. Yeah, and if you ever get the chance to listen to him, and I'm sure a lot of you have, You guys are fantastic.
You know,
fantastic.
You know, it's funny when you start music and all your friends are becoming attorneys and doctors and lawyers, and they sort of look at you like, oh boy, the musician just unbuckled his robe. It must be 3 o'clock. You know,
That's
now,
a joke for another day, people.
we're still going.
Exactly.
And doing well.
Well,
Billboard #1.
There you go.
Give it up. Will is just, it's smooth jazz just coming out of that saxophone. I mean, Will is just unbelievable. As all of you heard through the breaks, I mean, the gentleman here is just fantastic.
You know,
he's going to be playing a song, and he'll, after this break, I want everybody to take a good listen because it's just motion. So please, stay tuned after this break. Will Donato, everybody.
That's Joey DeFonso, a.k.a. Mark Murphy.
I'm no snitch, but I really don't like the way he treats women.
What do you think you're doing?
He got in some trouble with the boys back in Chicago a few months back. So the FBI bought him and his family a one-way ticket to Palm Springs, California.
I got this idea. I want to run for mayor.
On the condition that he keeps his nose clean and his mouth shut.
I don't think this is a good idea.
Yeah, like that's gonna happen.
Filmed on location in Palm Springs.
Hi, I'm Mark Lantero.
And I'm Tony Pomponi.
Inviting you to join us
every Saturday morning at 10:30
on KPSA TV
for the Mark and Tony Show. And while Mark's coughing, hey, I got a new show. It's going to be called The Tony and Nobody Show.
A round of applause for Mr. Will Donato. Our next guest is a gentleman out of Philly. Interesting young man by the name of Chris Phillips. He's a writer, composer, pianist, and producer. So please, a round of applause for a good friend of Tony's and mine, Mr. Chris Phillips.
There he is. How you doing, brother?
How you doing, brother? How's it going?
The suit looks good.
ya.
The suit looks good, man. You look
Thank
like a
you.
mafia guy.
I was going to say, you look like a hitman.
Hey, don't mess with me.
Okay, sit
telling
down.
you.
Sit down and be quiet, okay?
Talk.
Oh, that's right. It's your turn.
Yeah, that's right.
Chris, thanks for coming in. I know, coming from the opposite coast is never an easy thing to do. I know you'll be singing later on with Mark Antonelli a little bit.
The name of the song is Having Said That, and it's actually a song that was co-written with Sonny Velazzi and Mark Antonelli. And what happened is Sonny had this idea for a song called Having Said That. He sends me a text with some lyrics. I took his text and turned it into a song. Then I collaborated with Mark. Mark put his own spin on certain parts of the song, and the three of us came together and finished the song. So tonight we're going to be performing that live.
Great collaboration then, I'm sure.
It was a great collaboration.
Excellent.
Yes.
So I want the audience to know, before we get into your musical background, Chris's day job, who kind of takes care of all of us as well, is an accountant.
Yes, I am.
And he watches out for the Mark's Place group.
I do.
As well as the Mark and Tony show.
He's the bean counter.
He is, well, you know what? I don't want to, a bean counter would be just a bean counter because Chris is not a bean counter. With that musical background, I know, Tony.
You got to contradict me like always.
Contradict you always. I'm just helping you out, Tony. So,
just what I need is help from this guy.
First of all, from an accountant to a songwriter.
He's a CPA.
I mean, that is about as far apart as you can be.
Yes.
Why don't you give the group, and Tony for that fact, a history lesson?
I guess I need some help.
Yeah, well, so let me help you guys out. So I actually started out, I was a classically trained pianist. I went to the High School of Performing Arts in Manhattan. Thank you, thank you. And when I graduated high school, I had a lot of friends who were struggling musicians. And I realized I didn't want to be a struggling musician for the rest of my life, so I went to college and I got a degree in accounting. So I kind of have a Jekyll and Hyde thing going on. I do accounting by day because that pays the bills. I actually have a specialization in forensic accounting. I'm also a composer. I have a recording studio, and I was working with Sonny on his last film called Without You. And when Sonny moved out here, he wanted help composing the theme song for Mark's Place.
Yeah.
So as you know, I composed the theme song for Mark's Place. Also, I did the background music to a lot of the scenes that were filmed in Mark's Place.
You know, I got to say something about Chris. You know, he comes in from
New Jersey,
New Jersey.
Yeah.
And he just gets here and he's a ball of fire. He's got so much energy and so much enthusiasm. He actually excites all of us. And we
Thank
have
you.
so much fun together. I mean, when he comes out, we hate to see him go.
I hate to leave also. It's beautiful out here. Beautiful. Love it in the
Someday you'll
desert.
make your answers out here, right? Someday you'll be out here full time.
One day I will be.
Yes. In fact, you know, I'll let you guys in on a little secret. My wife wants to adopt him. Okay.
I do get along very well with your wife, actually.
You know, actually, I need a tax
Maybe
write-off, so we'll talk.
too well along.
Hey, hold on 1 second over there. Hey, I need a tax write-off, so we'll talk a little later.
All right. Yeah. So actually, I wanted to talk about, I have another original song, in addition to Having Said That I wrote with a songwriting partner of mine back in New Jersey. Okay. Her name is Pat White, and we co-wrote a song called Rocky Roads. You can listen to it on all major platforms. It's on Amazon, Spotify, Pandora. And the song, she actually wrote the lyrics, and she came to me for help writing the music. And the lyrics are about a woman's overcoming human trafficking. She was inspired to write it because she has a friend who actually overcame human trafficking. She got out of it, and this woman wrote a book, and she's doing a movie on it. So she wrote the lyrics based on that, and then she came to me and said, Chris, can you put music to this? And I was inspired by it because I know people who have been through abuse. Not me personally, but I know I'm very close with people who have had very rough childhoods. And it spoke to me, and I came up with music for it. It's a very nice flowing piano ballad. We hired a very talented singer back in New Jersey. Her name is Carla Virola. We hired her to sing the song, and now it's available. I mean, look for Rocky Roads by Pat White and Chris Phillips.
If you want to have some inspired conversation, take him aside if you already haven't. This guy is really a very unique individual, okay? We think very highly of him, and I am so glad to call you my friend.
Yes.
Thank you. Same here.
And I ditto what Tony's saying. I agree 100% with Tony's saying. Chris is a special individual that sometime very soon, I hope he makes his way out here full time, because there'll be a lot of interesting conversation. When we come back off a break, you're going to be singing a song. Or
Mark will be singing a song. I'll be playing piano.
Okay, fantastic. So everybody, after this break, the wonderful Chris Phillips. and Mark Antonelli. We'll be right back, everybody.
Take those rocks and build a new path. Even if no one's here, don't waste your time trying to know them.
The inspirational power ballad Rocky Roads from Pat White and Chris Phillips featuring Carla Varola is available to be streamed or downloaded on all major platforms.
G. Aries Visions, visuals from concept to completion, specializing in distinctive logos, identities, and branding. From business cards to banners to billboards, G. Aries Visions is your best graphics solution.
That's Joey DeFonso, a.k.a. Mark Murphy.
I'm no snitch, but I really don't like the way he treats women.
What do you think you're doing?
He got in some trouble with the boys back in Chicago a few months back. So the FBI bought him and his family a one-way ticket to Palm Springs, California.
I got this idea. I want to run for mayor.
On the condition that he keeps his nose clean and his mouth shut.
I don't think this is a good idea.
Yeah, like that's gonna happen.
Filmed on location in Palm Springs.
Ladies and gentlemen, composer, pianist, Chris Phillips, and our very own Mark Antonelli.
Once I held your knee, dried all your tears. With me you had no fears. My love came from above, lifted you up. But was it ever enough to keep you believing and stop you from leaving and hold me once again? My whole world is broken from the lies that you've spoken, but my love never ends. You said you loved me, but it wasn't true. You broke my heart, you broke it right in two. And now I see you with someone new, yeah. Having said that, I love you. Having said that, I love you. Who did you go find to change your mind and make our love unwind? I guess you played a role, my heart you stole. Your games are crushing my soul, 'cause your sweet deceptions hides all your reflections behind the facade you wear. The anguish I'm facing from the rules you've been making is more than I can bear. You said you loved me, but it wasn't true. You broke my heart, you broke it right in two. And now I see you in someone new, yeah. Having said that, I love you. Having said that, I love you. Now there's no escaping the everyday waking of the life we'll never share. You said you loved me, but it wasn't true. You broke my heart, you broke it right in two, yeah. And now I see you with someone new, yeah. Having said that, I love you, yeah. Having said that, I love you.
Chris Phillips, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
you again for coming to the Mark and Tony Show, and many thanks to Will Donato and Chris Phillips. Two fantastic entertainers. They knocked it out. Great people, good friends. But we have a special edition here.
Yes.
Tony, take it away.
Yes, we do. We have everybody's favorite bartender from Chef George's, Vladimir Teledosic. Hey, there's that guy right here.
Hey, they used to say the favorite bartender was on Love Boat. They're wrong. We've got the favorite bartender.
You know, let me tell you something. Vladimir is a sweetheart, a wonderful man, very polite, one of the most wonderful, nicest people that I've met since we've been coming to Chef George. Vladimir, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. We were known as the Tre Amici. You know where we are now?
Quattro Amici.
That's it.
You are the best, my friend.
There it is. Vladimir, like Tony said, you're a fantastic person. You've been very good to us, very gracious. You, your whole family, everybody here at the restaurant. So we want to thank you.
Guess what, Vladimir? Now you're Italian.
Italian. I'm Italian guy right now. Thank you, guys. Thank you for everything.
No, we needed to bring you out here. You're fantastic.
Let me have a couple words.
Spend the best time with you together. When I came to California, you are the best, my friends. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the best time.
Well, you know, Vladimir, I know what you're saying. No, he came here. Vladimir was new to our country.
Yes.
He came here. He became a very hard worker with his family business. And he became one of our very best friends here. And you know what, brother? I'm going to tell you, we love you, man.
Yeah, we do. We love you, Vladimir.
Thank you for everything.
We love you. So with that said, my friend, as I reach over, thank you, everybody, for coming tonight. Until next week. There we go. Bye-bye.
Yeah. E quattro amici.